A showdown in the Texas Capitol has now spread across state lines. Over 50 Democratic lawmakers have fled to Illinois to protest a Republican-led effort to redraw the state's congressional map. The move has left the Texas House without a quorum. With support from Governor Abbott, the Texas House voted to issue arrest warrants for the absent Democrats on Monday.
However, Texas law enforcement in this matter has no boundaries, meaning as long as the Democrats stay in Illinois or New York or Ohio, there's nothing that Texas law enforcement can do to compel them to appear and provide quorum for the Texas House.
For now, the Texas Democrats vow to stay out of the state until the special session ends on August 19th. For Chris 6 News, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Adam Bean.
Parents, let's face it. Vaping blows, and over the past few years, it's been a big problem in schools here. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter downtown. I'll show you how some are changing their approach in hopes of keeping them out of the classroom. Nueces County Judge Joe Benavides sees about 1,000 vaping-related cases a year, mostly middle and high schoolers. And while the numbers haven't increased, he's caught on to something. Several students have admitted that they can't stop. It's addicting, which is why he says it's more than a disciplinary issue, it's a medical one. Benavides is currently working with local doctors to find ways to not only prevent vaping, but to support the kids already struggling.
The National Retail Federation says about 67% of consumers have started their back-to-school shopping. I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Corpus Christi, speaking with parents about financing back-to-school shopping. But what do experts recommend?
Stress is what a lot of parents are feeling as they try to finish back-to-school shopping. And this year, they're feeling it even more on their wallet. According to the National Retail Federation, 72% of consumers expect to see higher prices when back-to-school shopping. That's why parents like Lindsay Ano are doing what they can with what they have. And if you haven't finished shopping, the state's annual sales tax holiday kicks off this Friday.
Whether it's a kid learning to read or a librarian helping a student with a research project, public media is a powerful role in our community. But now KEDT says that role is at risk due to federal funding.
KEDT is the region's PBS and NPR affiliate. At least 39% of the station's operations relies on federal funds provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. The money supports educational shows, local reporting, and community partnerships with schools and libraries. Although the funding was already approved by Congress, the Trump administration advised to freeze the money. However, that decision has changed as of Friday, and the funds are now being released. Uncertainty like this causes concern for the future of funding for public media like KEDT.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter in Port Aransas. The I.B. McGee Beach Park reopened in March of 2024 after it was devastated by Hurricane Harvey. A resident says it's having issues like a broken elevator, so I took those concerns to county officials. Nancy Hamilton shared her frustrations with me about I.B. McGee Beach Park. Her biggest concern, she was told the elevator that goes up 3 floors has been down for over a year. Hamilton also showed me rusted nails on the railings on the observation deck and a lack of picnic tables at the campsites. She questions why the county is expanding the park instead of fixing current problems. I reached out to Nueces County Coastal Parks Director Scott Cross, who says the elevator has only been down for 4 to 5 months. He adds that they're waiting on a back-ordered part. He says they should have an update this week on when it'll arrive. As far as the rust, he calls it deferred maintenance that gets handled in the fall.
Everything is sound.
Cross says a $7.5 million expansion is funded by a federal grant with a deadline. The project will add about 25 RV sites and tent camping and has nothing to do with the broken elevator. The expansion of this campsite is expected to be completed by February of 2027. In Port Aransas, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.